If you're old like me and remember the TV show Columbo, which had Peter Falk as the detective that chewed more cigars than I chews, to be quite honest, his catchphrase was just one more thing. And this catchphrase, I feel, applies to critical fishing, because this is this ultimate just one more go, or just one more run, or just one more dive in this case. Because critical fishing merges together submarine exploration, mining and fish collecting, and then a complete light gun style shoot 'em up section where you launch your fish you've collected into the air and shoot them for money, just like good old Americans do with their guns. And this is a real rootin' tootin' shootin' fishing game, but it never feels anything like it. And the reason why I say it's just one more, or just one more go, is every system in critical fishing is designed to incrementally increase and expand the world and everything that you're looking to do. And because everything is really just either within your grasp, or you can see something where it's revealing that you can, if you just do a little bit more, you can upgrade everything just a little bit more, you'll be able to get the next layer of fish and resources and then be able to unlock more things. It's really good at just laying a little breadcrumb trail down and going, come on. And the gameplay is solid and great enough that you can't help but submit to it. And so that's why I say it's the just one more go game. And it's also an excellent time waster. So, what are you doing with critical fishing? The first thing to call out is that this is a mouse and keyboard affair, and there's no controller inputs for this game, so if you struggle with having one hand on one thing and one on the other, this might take a little bit of getting used to. But what you do is send your submarine down into the waters, and initially it will come with a very limited battery pack, so you can't really go very far without having to come back to the surface and letting loose your fish catch to go and shoot it. But it will also have a limit of depth that it can go. The speed of how fast it can travel is also limited. And you come with two pieces of equipment initially. The first one is your fishing hook, which allows you to hook on various different fish or resources. And that's got a limit before it runs out of room, and then you have to go back to the surface. And then there's also a mining laser, which determines how much damage things can take over time. That means that if you can reach a resource, and so long as you've got enough battery power to make the laser work, you can mine up all kinds of resources and bring them back to the surface and deposit them in your raft. However, the hook for the fish comes at strength levels that require upgrading as by the resources and cash that you collect, by collecting resources under the water and then shooting the fish in the barrel as they fly up into the air on a spring, which again is upgradable to send things flying up further. As you start with this incremental gameplay loop though, critical fishing continues to just expand, offering you more and more things to think about. So first of all, you have the ability to unlock lots of different guns and weapons, because actually there's one that's like a giant boat anchor and you just throw it up rather than actually shoot it. So weapons come individually, but they also come with their own upgrade tree and additional unlockable abilities, because they kind of, like Pokemon, evolve into bigger and better guns with more upgrades to come with them. So depending on which guns you invest in means that it's a lot of resources and a lot of cash that you'll be wanting to harvest as you level up these weapons. Your submarine starts off with those two weapons, the fish collecting hook and then the laser gun, but then you unlock dash abilities, and the submarine itself can be upgraded so that it's got a bigger battery power pack, it can go faster, and it can go deeper, which then unlocks new fish and new resources. So again, it's just tantalizing you that if you just upgrade a little bit more, you too can go further and find more things. The deeper you go in the ocean, the more chaotic the ocean becomes, and other elements like evil robots will come and grab the fish that are on your hook if they're near you, or they'll fire missiles that initially will just be like shotguns that will fly past and you can avoid, but then they start to become homing ones that will chase you around the screen. And obviously keeping moving will drain your battery pack. So it's all designed to try and wear you thin of your resources, but not in a scummy way. It feels like it's really well balanced because every incremental improvement that you do has a direct impact in how far and how fast you can travel and how much you can collect and bring back to the surface. And so the gameplay loop doesn't really change much, but it feels like you're being more impactful as you develop and become more powerful over time. Alongside all of this, there's just a general collect 'em all from all the different fish and resources and special underwater discoveries that you can find. And there's also modifications you can unlock from treasure chests, and they're split into permanent upgrades that will make your ship do new things, such as have a magnet that will draw things towards you, or just upgrade parts of your ship or add an additional boost, for example, or the ability to see on the screen what is the danger and what's coming towards you, little things like that. But you can also equip upgradable modifications to your ship, or just the gameplay too. And that could be generating 20% more coins from the fishes that you shoot, or you gain XP because you can level up your ship as well through just general experience that you get. You can get that from mining resources or collecting underwater gems, for example. Gems are crucial because one of the earliest things that you've got, and it's not a story, but there is a mandatory progression through critical fishing that you're doing too, is to research on the research island lots of individual, unique and weird projects. And this opens up the world becoming much more lived in the longer you stay in the game and the more you invest time into it. Research opportunities require gems that are found in underwater caves. It also requires cash and resources that you've picked up too. But these research upgrades will potentially unlock, there's an island that grows trees on it, and you can keep adding more trees that unlock additional power-ups for the weapons for when you go shooting. It could be that you unlock the trader that comes along and you can buy some of the resources that you might be struggling to get hold of. It could be that you get a lighthouse that then enables you to be able to see further and do more things. Or you could unlock the aquarium, which you can have fish placed into, that then generates cash and income for you. Or simply unlock the fact that pretty ducks will fly on the surface, and as you drive past them in your submarine, they'll give you cash too. There's loads and loads and loads of these things, and the more you invest in it, the more the world unlocks to feel more lived in and interesting, and provides you little incremental gains to make you feel more powerful. And the gameplay loop just keeps on going like that, with the ability of bringing all your fish up to the surface and having a really fun light gun mini game of shooting all of the fish before they fly up into the air and then come smashing down into the water. And that's how you generate your cash and enable you to buy a lot of these upgrades along with the resources you get. I have absolutely no criticisms of this game whatsoever. It's really moorish and addictive, and I wasn't prepared for just how good this game plays and how interesting, and how, again, just one more go, because it tantalisingly puts things in front of you constantly. Just how moorish this would be, and for the price point that it's at, critical fishing, for the gameplay loop and the fun that it provides, is an absolute steal for being just under a £5, and so this is a hearty recommendation for me. It might look like an old Flash game, and in some ways it plays like an old Flash game, but everything great about that Flash era is brought to life with critical fishing, and this is a little hidden gem that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.